Okay, so welcome back. We're going to tackle PCS Guidelines B3.4b. All right, and that states it's a biopsy followed by a more definitive treatment. And what that states is if a diagnostic excision, extraction, or drainage procedure or biopsy of some kind is followed by a more definitive procedure such as destruction, excision, or resection at the same procedure site, both the biopsy and the more definitive treatment code are coded. So, excuse me, the example we're going to use is open excisional biopsy of the left breast with partial left mastectomy. So let's go back here, and we're going to use two of these sheets this time. I think it might make it a little easier here. Well, no, maybe not. We have what? What is the intent of our procedure? Well, we actually have two procedures. So the first intent is to do what? Get a biopsy, right? So it's biopsy of breast. And the second is remove part of the breast, right? So, our root operation, let's get out our flip bits. Our root operation for biopsy, we know, is excision, right? We know it's excision, and it tells us up here in our little flip bit tag bits that we're going to code that to excision, right? Biopsy excision. So we know that for our first root operation we have excision. For our second root operation, don't we also have excision because we're just cutting out or off part of a body part without replacement? We're not removing the whole breast, we're just removing part of it. We've got an open excisional biopsy of the left breast with partial left mastectomy. So, our second root operation is also excision. Okay? Now, let's get out our major body system list. And we're dealing with the breast. So, we're going to look for skin and breast. All right? And that is a value of H. So we know for both, it's skin and breast with a value of H. And we know that the value of excision is B, right? Now, what's our minor body part here? What is our minor body part? Well, our actual body part is the left breast, right? Okay. And our approach, well, we have two procedures. Our first procedure, it told us right off the bat, open excisional biopsy. So our first approach is open. And our second approach is also going to be open if we're doing a partial mastectomy. Can't do those percutaneously. Now, do we have a device? Didn't tell us we did, so no, Z. And do we have a qualifier? Well, we don't really know yet because we've got to get to the table first to find out. So, let's say here we have our biopsy here. Put this right down here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. And we've got the mastectomy. Okay. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters there. So far we know that we have our first character of 0 for our first procedure. We have a second character of B, at least we should have. And we should have a third character of H, right? And we should have exactly the same for the mastectomy. We also know that we should have, what? A sixth character of Z for no device. All right, so now let's get out our book and see if we're right. Okay? All right, so let's go to, remember we look up by our root operation, so let's go to excision. And what are we excising? We're excising part of what? The breast, right? So let's just see if we have something here, and it's part of the left breast. And if you look here, I am under excision. Okay? And if we go right on down, we come to breast. Now we don't have a bilateral procedure. We're working only on the left. So that tells us to go to 0HBU. So far we're on the right track, right? So 0H B, look at that, I turned right to it. 0H BU. All right. I have to move this a little bit here so you can see the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so we have 0 medical, H, I'm sorry, I'm right here. 0 HB, and then we need to find U over here. So let's look right on down. Here we go, U, breast left. That is correct. We're building our code. We know that the procedure was open, the first procedure. So 0 for open. And we know that the first procedure we did was the biopsy. Therefore, our qualifier is diagnostic, which is an X. Now we look back and we are going to look for the mastectomy, which is also a partial removal of the breast. So we have 0HBU, open, 0, and no qualifier. And of course no device in either one. Therefore, our answers are 0BH, U0ZX for the biopsy. And for the partial mastectomy, we have 0BH, U0ZZ. And that is how you code using guideline B3.4b.